Hi, I'm Brad Peterson with Heat Seeker Automotive. I was talking to someone the other day and he was asking me, is there options on providing network services for my dealership? And there actually is. What a lot of dealerships wind up with is you're starting with your dealership and you need a DMS. So you go to the DMS provider and they're actually going to provide the network services with everything else. When you start reading the terms and the conditions, all these things and all that paperwork and the fine print, one of the things that I have found, not in all cases, but I have found that somehow the network side of things gets extended for, let's say, a 5-year contract. Where when you were working on the DMS and being focused totally on the DMS, you're trying to get this down to a nice, good 3-year contract because you don't want to be locked in. Well, that's great that you got this down to 3 years, but in the fine print, somewhere the network can get extended to a longer period of time. Where that becomes a problem is, at the end of 3 years, now you think you have some wiggle room, you can move on, maybe go to a different DMS provider, maybe renegotiate and get a better deal. You find out that your network is longer. It's 2 years longer. All of a sudden, you're inside this lock. And you know that's what the DMS provider is trying to do, is keep your dealership tied into this thing, so it makes it more difficult for you to be able to switch and be able to go somewhere else. So many times I'm asked, is there another option? Well, yes, there is another option. So the other option that is out there is you can move yourself into what we call private dealership cloud. You can move into this and take your network services and separate them from the DMS. So what you're doing is you're breaking this lock, so your DMS and your network are no longer together. You provide your network services out of the private dealership cloud, and your DMS actually runs on top of the dealership cloud. So your dealership is connected into the cloud, and so is your DMS. And inside this cloud, you can provide all your other services that were contained over here inside of the lock. Your connectivity, internet, routing of all your traffic between locations, any emails or messaging, content filtering, other types of things that you want to do, and they all operate in here, and the DMS is just something that rides on top of that. What that does is, in times where we've seen this, you dramatically lower your network costs because you're no longer tied into the DMS contract. You also don't have to worry about this type of a thing of the network services being longer than what the DMS contract is. So you get yourself into more flexibility. So if you decide that there's some new CRM platform out, you can get a new CRM platform and just plug it into the cloud, and you don't have to worry about anything else. If you buy another dealership, you can just buy another dealership and connect it into the cloud. Everything works from there. So what you've done is a very strategic move to separate your network from your DMS. And you're breaking this lock and this cycle of what we talked about over here, and you set yourself up for controlling your network, whatever DMS or whatever CRM platform you're doing. If you don't like this one, you can just make it go away and plug in a new one. Same thing, you can change DMS providers. They seem to get a lot more realistic when they realize that you truly control your own destiny. So to learn more about a private dealership cloud, give us a call at Heat Seeker Automotive.